Hello everyone and happy Monday. It is time for another episode of Mark's Monday Minutes in Portland Real Estate. Today is Monday, March 20th. And as a quick recap, with all the banking news we're hearing in the background, I'm reminded that although banking news does not directly influence real estate, it clearly has the potential to be disruptive, perhaps, of perceptions. The three takeaways this week to counter those disruptions. First of all, this is the second week in a row where we have growing inventory in Portland. This is good. This is more on a normal track. Second of all, mortgage rates have also improved for the second week in a row. That's good news. And third, the buyer activity still continues moving forward, as with the sellers starting to keep pace with that, which is good. All right, let's dig into the numbers, see what I mean by all these 3 points. First of all, we're up to 2,586 homes on the market, active inventory today. This is the second week in a row where we're just starting to dig up. Now remember, we started at 3,000 back on January 1st, so we had to drop down to below 2,500. Now we're starting to tick back up as we normally see in the spring. The number of new listings this week, 426. That's good, that's up. It continues to grow. However, the number of pending homes, 459. More homes are going pending than homes coming to market. Now, there's a slight caveat in there, is there's also an increasing number of homes that go pending and then come back on the market because they fail inspections or buyers get cold feet or change their minds. Buyers and sellers don't come to agreement. So that's feeding a few more of those homes in there to give us a net gain in the number of available homes in Portland market for real estate. The number of sold homes in the last week, 299. Okay, we're finally starting to kind of settle around that 300 point, so that's good. If we have 426 homes that come to market and 300 that sell, that gives us that net increase, that surplus that we typically look for this time of the year in spring. The number of homes with a price adjustment continues to drop. We're down below 17%. For homes that have had a more than $100 or more than $99 price adjustment in the last 45 days. We fully expect as new homes coming on the market are getting the most attention. Those that have been on the market since last year are more likely to have had a price adjustment, and they will sell. So we're getting there. The number of coming soon no showings, the homes that I can see up to 3 weeks in advance, holding steady at 29. It was 28 last week, 31 the week before then. So it's really just holding there at that plus or minus 30 plus or minus point. The number of active 4-car garage homes, those garage homes with a 4-car or larger garage, 94 on the market, 27 of which are below $1 million. We've seen 9 new listings come in this week. 5 of those are under $1 million, those affordable garage homes, if you will. 6 have gone pending, with 2 of them in that affordable range, and sold in the last week. 3 homes have closed in the last week, and all 3 of them, in fact, were affordable garage homes under $1 million. Supply of regular homes in the market, we're sitting at about 1.8 months worth of inventory. If we had no new homes, it'd take us just under 2 months to sell all the existing homes. In the similar sense with those 4-car garage homes, under $1 million, we're sitting at about 3.8 months worth of inventory. As expected, a few more choices, but still, if you're only looking at 27 homes around the entire Portland metro area with a 4-car garage or larger and under $1 million, that's really not a lot to look at given the entire geographic complexity and diversity of Portland. All right, getting onto those 3 takeaways. As I said, first of all, it's the second week we've had more homes available. Exactly, the inventory of available active listings grows for the second week, still outpaced by the pending homes, not unexpected. And part of that additional inventory comes back from those pending homes that go back to active, giving more choices to buyers. Second, mortgage rates have improved for the second week in a row. With the volatility and uncertainty in the banking industry, this actually helps stabilize mortgage rates. We'll touch on that in just a moment. The question, of course, will be later this week, what will Chairman Powell and the Fed do about the rates this week? If they do it 0.25% as expected, we don't expect to see any change in mortgage rates. If they do a larger half a percent change, then rates will probably tick up. If they go 0, if they decide that they've pushed hard enough in the banking industry, then actually rates might drop a bit. We'll see. We'll know by next Monday, won't we? All right, and third point, buyer activity definitely still strong this weekend. I did 2 open houses, one on Saturday, one on Sunday. I had a dozen people through the Saturday open house. We had over 15 on Sunday. The house went pending. We had a solid offer in hand by Sunday night. It just went. So the buyers were out there looking. Now, a few fewer on Saturday because it was so nice and sunny, but Sunday definitely made up for it. Okay, now as I said, the banking news, the news of the disruptions in banking industry, problems in the banking industry are not contained or controlled as we might have originally thought or hoped by some of the various national media outlets. There's obviously outgoing ripples now, not just from Silicon Valley Bank, but now the big news this weekend, Credit Suisse being sold onto its rival within the Swiss banking industry. Now, you have to think that this bad news has some impact on buyers' decisions and motivation to engage, and it's possible that buyers may be a little more reactive. They will react faster than sellers. Sellers take time to get their home on the market. Buyers can decide this week, no, we're going to pull back. So we could see it change week to week in a buyer's. That's why I look every week at the real estate data for you. I share with you. Now, bank failures themselves, such as Silicon Valley and a couple others that we're talking about, they do not directly impact mortgage rates. In fact, uncertainty in the banking industry is what helps support lower mortgage rates because mortgages are a long-term, stable investment for many financial institutions. Part of the problem is when they get overextended and put too much money into long-term bonds that they cannot get back. That's because of inflation rates. That's the problem that we're dealing with right now. Many of the banks are dealing with is they have money put into the bonds where they're getting a fixed rate and the inflation has gone up higher. They're losing what is in there and they can't pull the money back out without paying that loss. That's the biggest challenge. Now, what does this do for home prices? You're going to see headlines here over the course of the next couple months that are going to talk about home prices falling. Yes, year over year on a national level, our real estate prices have fallen, not Portland. Portland has remained level, if just a slight increase. Depending on how you're going to look at the numbers, how you skew those statistics, lies, what do they say? Lies, damn lies, and statistics. Yep, absolutely. How you skew them and how they will be skewed for headlines, for clickbait. Yep, expect that. Portland is still positive growth year over year for those slight trends. We've been absolute positive since January 1st. Prices have been increasing, much as inventory has gone down. We expect to see prices to continue for this year, even if it's just a modest single-digit percentage. That's okay. Good to know. All right, now remember, just come back here every week to get the Portland local data, my honest, candid interpretation with all my verbal faux pas and changes and edits. Nah, we don't make them. This is me. This is how I am. I'm here to serve you. I'm here to bring you information, answer your questions. You can message me, text me, call me. I'll be happy to answer questions you have, and I will research and look up the data that you might be curious about. Hope to see you next week. Next Monday, it will be the 27th. We'll see you then. Have a great week.